The cryptocurrency market is growing exponentially with Bitcoin leading the pack, the tech coin surpassing the price of gold. So are cryptos the new safe haven? Our next guest, Vince Lanci, is a contributor to marketslant.com, and he's also a digital currency expert. He joins us now. Vince, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
So I know you're closely watching Bitcoin, Ripple, and these other alternative coins, but you're not convinced yet. Why is that?
Well, I'm not. I'm convinced in the technology behind them. I'm not saying they're not a buy as an investment, but anybody who's drawing a parallel between any cryptocurrency and gold as a safe haven doesn't know what they're talking about.
Right. So maybe it's not the safe haven that gold is, but I think people see parallels in the sense that it has a cult-like following, in a sense, devotees to Bitcoin a bit, Vince.
That's a good point. There is a serious parallel, and I think the people who really get it understand this. Gold is not something that is controlled by governments in the sense that it's prohibited from ownership. Gold offers economic freedom, and it allows people to transact across borders without government interference. And Bitcoin and its competitors that use blockchain technology offer the same way to unshackle wealth and cross borders and give economic freedom to its users. That's the real parallel.
Right. And Vince, if we look at Bitcoin, it peaked at 2,700 last Thursday. It's now trading over 2,000. We've seen quadruple-digit gains in some of these coins. So, are they in a bubble?
You'd have to say they're in a bubble. My answer is I will not buy it. I will not buy Bitcoin or any of the digital currencies currently for fundamental reasons. But yes, they're in a bubble. And by that, I mean they can go much higher. But you're looking at something that's going to have major volatility at any level at this point. Look at the trajectory. You're not buying something that's not volatile. You're buying something that has the volatility, if not more, than the Nasdaq. So you should be careful of 99-like bubbles. Doesn't mean the product is bad.
Right.
It means that it's a little ahead of itself.
So what value do you think is attracting people to these coins, Vince?
Well, the underlying value of Bitcoin and its competitors, and that's what they are, competitors, is the technology called blockchain. And blockchain allows you to connect without any intermediary, like a bank or a broker, and transact business. The Bitcoin itself is bit, so it's basically made out of electrons. It's the pipeline behind Bitcoin and Ethereum and the others that really matter.
All right. So basically, in a nutshell, Vince, you don't feel that these new currencies will impact the price of gold? Are they a threat in any way?
As a replacement to gold, anybody who's buying Bitcoin as a replacement to gold, as a safe haven is making a mistake. There are people, however, involved in oppressive regimes. So let's say you're in Venezuela and you're having problems and you would like to leave the country, but the government will do what it can to keep your wealth in the country. Well, there are two ways to leave with your wealth intact. There are many, but two of them would be. One of them would be you leave with your gold in your pocket, or you were to transfer your wealth to Bitcoin, and then you would leave the country and make your Bitcoins into whatever you want them to be, US dollars, when you leave. So in that sense, it's a safe haven for people in oppressive regimes, and you're seeing that it is a substitute in that sense. But as a safe haven against economic turmoil or geopolitical turmoil, no.
Well, did you see the one analyst that came out with the call, $100,000 Bitcoin in 10 years?
That could happen. I'm not going to, I haven't even read it. I saw the headline, and I will read that more as entertainment than as education, because I'm in the education phase like everyone else is right now. But 10 years from now, let's call the analyst up. He's probably not really that responsible for what he writes 10 years from now. He won't be around. So who knows what the price will be? I don't care.
All right, Vince Lanci, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Daniela.
And thanks for watching this edition of Kitco's Gold and Bitcoin Report. We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Hey.